Hey YouTube, how are y'all today? So today, it's another video on the Scamp. So I really need to get this bunk situation figured out in it because I really want to go camping and take the kids in a couple weeks, and they'll be more comfortable if they each have their own little space. Even if it's a little trailer, their little space counts. Now, don't get discouraged. I've got a video on the Scamp coming soon. On the Yukon Delta coming soon. I've decided I'm just gonna try to fix that fiberglass stuff myself. Y'all get to watch me and see how that goes. I've ordered some fiberglass, ordered some resin, been watching some YouTube videos. I've got kind of an idea in my head of what I need to do, so that'll be fun, and it's coming up soon. So, but today we're gonna work on the Scamp, and I gotta get some wood, a piece of plywood from Lowe's, and I gotta get a couple power tools, which some of the power tools I'll be using that I need for the Yukon Delta as well. I need to get a angle grinder in order to sand everything down, as well as to cut some stuff inside the Yukon. I'll show you that later. And I also need to try to find a router, so that way I can cut. You'll see. I don't want to spoil it, but anyways, so also I've got the air conditioner on in there, trying to cool it down a little bit, because I'm telling you, it's hotter than a goat's ass that got loose in a pepper patch out here. So y'all just gonna have to bear with me and try to listen over it. It says, whoo, I need it. So anyways, let's go get that stuff. God, you know this isn't gonna be cheap. Oh boy. Let's get what we need. So I think I'm gonna go with this angle grinder. I thought about going with a battery option, but you know, the cord, you don't have to worry about the battery dying. So many choices too. But hey, I've always had good luck out of Craftsman. So, one more piece of the puzzle. All right, well, the plywood's loaded in the truck. That hurt, that was expensive. My gosh, these prices have got to give eventually. And side note, I got a cactus. My girlfriend said come home with a plant, so I'm gonna let her plant it though. Anyways, see you in a minute. All right, so you can kind of get an idea of what I'm doing here. So I ordered these bars from Scamp itself. So you put a screw in there, and there goes the other one falling. But you put a screw in there, it goes down and it fits in like a little circular thing down there to keep it from sliding around. So this piece of plywood is actually the piece that goes on the bottom. So used to, there would have been a piece that goes down there, and then the mattress just would have fit on that. But I was gonna kind of show you, if I can, what this does and how it works. I may have to put the phone on the stand. Hold on just 1 minute. Okay, so hopefully you can hear me. But the way this worked, like from factory, is there would have been a board on top that would come down, kind of like this, and it had a cushion on it, and it worked as the back of the couch. But this board is not going to work. I was thinking I could just use this as a template, and I would be able to simply put this board on a plywood, draw it out, and cool. But well, you know, I don't get that lucky. I'm about as lucky as a bald guy who just won a comb. So I'm gonna have to make it smaller because of the shape of the camper makes up. So, but I say that, I did catch a break. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So the guy who did all these changes in this camper, he threw away everything. And when I bought it, I didn't have the original cabinet that they took out or anything. But for some, who knows reason why, he kept these cushions. These are the corner pieces to that couch area. So, as you can see, they fit in and they perfectly match the curvature. So I should be able to use these and measure out and everything and be able to make a perfect template on how to cut the board for the top bunk. I can't talk. So let's get to that. I'll lay it out and see how this works. At least that's what's on, I think will work anyways. I got it marked out, and now all we gotta do is cut it. So, you know what the old saying is, measure once and cut twice. Right, got that done. So this is a rough cut, very rough cut, and I'll be able to fix it. Just watch. I messed up. Yep, I can't fix that. I cut it too short. Dang it. So now I gotta sit down and scratch my head and figure out if there's a solution to fixing this, or if I just need to buy another piece of plywood, because you know they're so cheap and all, and you know it's not really a big deal. All right, well, it's the next day, and after doing some thinking and trying to figure out where I went wrong, I've come to the conclusion that I'm making this a lot harder than what it should be. And so this deal, okay? So I didn't get to see what it looked like originally. I've only had to go off of what I've seen in videos and pictures of what the bunks are supposed to be like in Scamp. So apparently I overlooked a serious design flaw that I had in my ideas of fixing this. So originally, you know, like I said earlier, it would have screwed into right here. In fact, you can even see, I don't know if you can see on here, but there's screw marks right there of where the hinge brackets were for it, and it would come up. But when it came down, this back cushion here was cut off, and there's a separate cushion piece that goes against the front of the camper that you just take out and store when you're not using it as a bunk. And so it allows this piece to fold down and tuck behind there, and then the bottom cushion pushes up against it, and it makes for a pretty comfortable couch. Well, you know, I don't really feel like I need to take the cushion out and cut it and all that. It's just turning into way more work than what I think is necessary. So what I think I'm going to do, just to make it real simple, is just cut out a board the same size as this one that's in here now, this board here, and just have it to where I can just store it underneath this cushion, just right on top of the other one. And then when I need it, I can just put it up here, put it across, and then just have like a little air mattress of some sort for my daughter or son, whichever one sleeps up there, to sleep on it. So I think that'll work out better. Keep it simple and try not to make a huge project out of something, at least for now. And that'll get me going, and it'll give them a place to sleep for now, which is the goal, because I really want to be able to use this thing this summer. So anyway, I think I'm going to just cut out another piece of it and see how that goes. So hopefully I'll measure twice and cut once this time. Whew, that piece was a whole lot harder to cut through. It was a lot thicker piece of plywood. It was an old piece of plywood that actually I'd forgot about because I had it in the floor of the Yukon Delta, and I've just been walking on it. So at least I didn't have to buy another one, and it's gonna work out better because it was an even thicker piece, so it'll be stronger. So now I'm gonna get out my sander and sand it down and make it look pretty. Okay, so you get the idea. I just hit it with the angle grinder just to get some of the rough weathered stuff off, because this plywood's kind of been out in the weather and stuff like that for a few years. You know, it was in the boat for a while too, but either way, it was very rough, had a lot of splinters on it and stuff. So I got all the rough stuff off. I'm gonna do the same thing to the other side. Gonna kind of round the corners where it's sharp right here. And then I'll take my belt sander and get a lot finer finish on it. And I can't decide if I want to paint it or stain it. So I'll think about that while I'm doing it, but I'll spare you all the details and I'll just do this off camera. Whew, wow, that took a long time. So it's all smooth, no splinters. The edges are nice and smooth. I don't have to worry about the kids getting any splinters. So getting kind of late in the evening. It may be the next day off before I get it stained and painted. So this video is taking a lot longer than I thought it would. But anyways, we're coming along, we're making progress. So I'm excited to get this done. All right, so it's a new day. It's like 100 degrees outside, but I'm gonna go ahead and stain this today. That way it'll be done for tomorrow morning and I'll finish up the project, finally. The project that should not have taken this long. But anyways, I'll put it on a time lapse and that way you can watch me do it. All right, so the first coat's on. I think it looks pretty great. I decided to go with stain because I already stained the kitchen cabinet area, so I think it'll match well with that. And honestly, I just like staining wood. I like the natural look of the wood. I just like it better than paint. So anyhow, I'm gonna end up sanding this again and probably putting another coat on it, but I won't make y'all suffer through watching that. But next we'll be mounting it in the Scamp and we'll call this job done. So almost there. All right, so I'm almost done. All I gotta do, I've got my bars in place. All I've gotta do is screw the bases down and I'm gonna drill some holes through here for a bolt. And then I'm gonna drill some holes through the back through a bolt. That way it's gonna make it kind of a permanent bunk. I don't have to worry about it falling on the kids or anything like that, but I can still take it out if I want to and go back to a couch. So let me get this stuff drilled and we'll be done. You know, I'm doing this. I'd like to just take a time too to say, you know, I'm still new to YouTube. And I'm still trying to find my niche. So I could really use y'all's feedback. You know, if you see something you like or you see something you'd like to know more of, or projects you'd like to see me do or any of that stuff, just kind of let me know in the comments and I can work on improving my videos. I'm still learning to edit and stuff like that. I find that can be one of the harder parts of it all, actually, is the editing. I haven't found any good hardware yet, or software rather, to edit with, so still learning there. But anyways, this is in place now, it's sturdy, so I just gotta drill the holes. All right, got it done. So I screwed these holes, put it in all four corners. It's all attached down. I mean, this thing is not going anywhere. So I don't have to worry about it falling on the kids. I now have two bunks. I just have to grab a mattress and put up here and we'll be ready to do some camping. And whenever I go to deer camp, usually my daughter don't go with me, so it's just me and my son. And we'll have a place to have extra storage up here. So I think this is pretty great. It didn't turn out exactly how I imagined it in my head, but this is gonna work. I feel like that's how a lot of my projects go, though. They never really go how I intend for them to go, and I just kind of work with it and make the best out of it. But I was kind of hoping to have this to where it would fold down and we could use it for a couch during the day as well. But honestly, this is a very small camper, and whenever we're out camping and stuff, we're usually not in here but to sleep. And you know, if it's rainy or something, we might cook in here, but usually we do all of our cooking outside and spend all of our time outside. That's kind of what camping is all about. You know, got to get outdoors and get out of the comforts of home and enjoy nature. So that being said, hopefully we'll be going on a camping trip soon, and I'm definitely looking forward to showing y'all how we use things in the Scamp, and you know, just getting to show you some of our trips. So until then, see you later.